great things that are happening, and then any other general questions that you have for the doctor, then we'll field those questions. So you can raise your hand, or you can unmute and ask your question, or you can write your question in the chat. Who's going to go first?
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening, Yura.
Okay, I have a few about two questions. I would like some clarity on. First one is when you're doing the lymph cleanse, the blood cleanse, is it the same procedure you follow as the liver and kidney? As I haven't done any cleansers yet, but I'm trying to do the blood one. So is it the
You
same
have to
procedure?
you have to be a little specific. What do you mean? So the procedure is written out in the program. Exactly what are you asking about? The supplements that you take or the diet? Which one are you asking about?
No, how you go about doing the cleanse, because I don't remember seeing it. Or you like in the morning what you do, what you take in the morning, or you take the
Oh, there is no detox like what you did for colon cleanse. There are supplements that you're supposed to take, and you're given a list of supplements to choose two or three, and you're supposed to follow the diet and do the juices. So the juices and the diet and the teas are really the detox that you're supposed to be doing. So there's no detox formula that you're going to drink. So there are specific teas and juices, and there are two supplements that you're supposed to buy, and they're in the program. Did you look at the document to see what the supplements were?
Yes, I look at the documents to see the supplements. Yes, I did.
Okay,
But because
so
I
as
was
opposed to when you were
wondering,
doing the colon cleanse where you had to specifically choose one of the different detoxes, for this one you're choosing milk thistle or you're choosing the Vitarin. So it's the same supplement that you did from kidney and liver detox that you're going to continue, basically.
okay. And one more question.
Okay.
Yes, sir. Yes, doc. One more. When you break off at the port after the blood cleanse for the people with the gut issues, are we going to do the same meal but only the supplements will be different? Or are we going to be having different type of meals?
Well, the meals are different for each week. So for each week, there's a list of recommended foods, and those foods are going to be specific for that particular part of the body. So when you're doing gut detox, it's going to be a lot of fiber, a lot of raw foods, some fermented foods, as opposed to when you're doing, say, joint and inflammation, you're going to be a lot of turmeric and ginger and so on, things that are anti-inflammatory. So the diet changes slightly each week, and the supplements changes slightly each week, and the recommended teas or juices changes slightly each week to basically focus on the area of your body that you want to focus on.
What
So
about
just
the
read the
complicated
document and
ones?
you'll be able to see exactly what you're supposed to do for each week. So I wouldn't be able to
Oh,
go through week by week everything, but it's in there. So follow it as close as possible. So you know exactly what you're supposed to do.
oh, okay, because I am the complicated ones and I have more than one problem. So that's why I'm asking.
Okay, so you need to follow it even more closely. But as I've always said, to get great health, everybody, there are some basic things that need to happen. One, you need to be avoiding things that are harmful for you. And these are going to be the grains, the sugars, the processed foods, the red meat like the pork and the beef and the mutton. Even a lot of farm-raised chicken need to be avoided, which is why the program is primarily plant-based. So one, you're going to avoid the foods that are problematic for you. Second, you're going to be including into your diet foods that are helpful for you. So you need to be eating foods that are going to nourish you, give your body the 90 essential nutrients it needs every single day to heal itself. And of course, you're going to make sure that you do the other components, which is exercise. That's going to be benefiting every organ in your body. You're going to be trying to do your meditation in the morning because that, as opposed to what many people might think, is not really an optional part of the program. It's very important because you might be eating well, but your stress levels are so high that you're going to get diseased anyway. And meditation in the morning, prayer, meditation, deep breathing is a way to reduce your stress and allow the great foods you're eating to have a positive impact on your body. But if you're stressed and you're not relaxed in your mind and your gene expression is in the negative, even the best foods won't help you. So those components of the challenge are very important. If you do them, judiciously day in, day out, then you're gonna definitely see all the benefits. So complex problems or simple problem, the approach is the same.
Thank you, Doc. Understood.
Okay, so thanks for that question, Yura. So, Doc, an observation that I just made, if you look at the 90-day document on page 60, the schedule is there, but it's not consistent for each section. And I think that's maybe where Yura is going with her question. So when she
Okay.
gets to the blood and lymphatic cleanse, it doesn't give the schedule to say when the supplements should be taken. You see
Okay.
that?
Okay.
Yeah.
All
So
right.
to
So yeah, it's kind of the same
guys.
throughout. But I'll adjust that. I'll make that adjustment.
All right, thank you. All right, next.
May I go?
Yes.
Yes,
This is
Karen.
Karen. Okay. All right. So good evening, everyone. Hi, Doc.
Hi, Karen.
Before I go any further, I just want to tell you thanks for not dismissing my symptoms and trying to walk the path with me. Somebody was very dismissive of me today, and it was very offensive. And I realized that I really need to tell you thanks. Because I've met a lot of doctors that when they can't figure out what's wrong with you, they say it's a psychosomatic response and they're moving right along. Anyway, my question is I just want to confirm something. Because I think one of the challenges mentioned that they were still on the milk thistle. And I said to myself, but I'm sure we're supposed to be off milk thistle now and the 40 flora. But I think we're supposed to be on some pre or probiotic.
All right, so you have to remember, Karen, that different persons are at different stages of the challenge. So you have to speak a
Mhm.
little more specific when you're talking about some persons are on. So
No,
specifically,
the person is on the same week with me. I'm sorry, yes. So that's
yeah.
why I thought it's strange because I said unless I misunderstood. So that's why I want to clarify.
All right, so the clarification is that Fortiflora starts usually with week 1 with the colon cleanse because it is in fact a colon detox and a heavy metal detox because it contains the charcoal. Now the milk thistle is a kidney, liver, and blood detox. So it's taken from week 2 down. You do it for minimum 3 weeks, 21 days. So it's done in week 2, 3, and 4. After that, you wouldn't be taking milk thistle anymore. So for the floor is going to be taking, you buy a pack of it for a month, and when it's finished at the end of week 3, that's it for the floor, and there are other things to take. So those
Oh,
are 2 1-month supplements. If you're doing milk thistle, you're doing it for 3 weeks. At the end of blood cleanse, and you're going into your insulin reset, then you wouldn't be doing that anymore.
okay, that's what I thought. But should we be on a pro or prebiotic throughout the entire program?
Probiotic?
Out, outside of the 40, now that we finish the 40 flora up to week 4.
Well, that's not how the program is written. So it's written for you to take the probiotic up until the end of the first month, and then the probiotic comes back in again at the gut reset section. Now,
Okay.
if you decide to take a probiotic right through, there's no problem with that. So it doesn't cause any harm. And if you have extra probiotic and you want to take it right through the entire 3 months, I have no issue with that, but it's not required.
Okay. All right. You have clarified my questions. Thank you much.
You're welcome.
Thanks, Karen. Also, for the individuals who are on, if there's anyone that you're recommending to either do the 90-day or the 14-day flat tummy challenge, I recommend that you send them the Zoom link so they could come on and ask their questions, okay? All right, who's next? Myra Wilson.
Hello, Doc. Good evening. I have not started as yet. I'm having difficulty just adding to the having to make the payment. That's where I'm having difficulty because every time I get to it, it kicks me out.
What country are you living
Okay,
in?
Doc.
Where are you,
I'm
Myra?
I'm in the US. I'm in Maryland.
And what payment methods are you trying to use?
The 90 for the 3 months
Are you
debit
using
card.
Zoom or what are you paying by? Zoom?
No,
What are you?
I'm paying from
I'm sorry,
Zelle.
not Zoom,
I
Zen.
think it's Zelle. I think, yeah, I'll do Zelle, but it's not allowing me to do it.
So, Sandrine, so Myra, after the meeting, Sandrine will contact you directly so she can assist you with resolving that issue.
Oh,
Can
okay.
she just send her number so
Yes.
I can send the number?
All
Okay.
right, so you can send her a private message, Myra,
Okay.
that she can assist you. But outside of your challenges that you're having with the payment, did you get a chance to review the document and do you have any specific questions?
Oh, not right now. Well, I did it 14 days and everything is fine. So, right, I'm not having any specific. Oh, I think I do. With hair falling. What can I do? Doc, good evening, Doc. What is the issue with hair falling? The top of my hair is extremely low. I don't know how to get it back. I'm using all the oils, but it's still not coming together back as yet.
Is Doc still on? I don't know. I'm not seeing him.
Yes,
Go
I'm here.
Yes,
ahead,
he's
dear.
on.
Go ahead. All right.
Yes. So I was saying, approaching any problem, including hair loss, you have
Mhm.
to think about what's causing the hair loss. So that's the first step. So you got to think about the possibility that you could be menopausal if you're of that age, or you're going through
Mhm.
menopause. It could be that you have something like a low thyroid function. So hypothyroidism might be causing hair loss. It could be a deficiency in some mineral like biotin or some mineral like zinc or so on. It's very unlikely if you've done the challenge because you would have been well nourished, but it's still possible. There are certainly
Okay.
autoimmune causes of alopecia, like alopecia areata. So generally, getting a checkup to see is it menopause, is it a blood disorder, that would be helpful. But at the same time, the tenets of great hair growth are going to be one, you want to be well nourished, making sure that you're getting all the nutrients in your greens, your nuts, your seeds, your fruits, those kind of things. That's one. Two, you want to make sure that you're avoiding things that will cause hair loss in your diet, like definitely gluten is a big issue for some people. Third, you want to make sure that you are nourishing your hair follicles. And from outside, what the thing that you can do is add aloe vera to your scalp. So that's a beautiful way to nourish your scalp, to hydrate your scalp, to keep your scalp healthy. And so aloe vera for me is a great tool when you find that the castor oil and all those other oils aren't really working. But I'd say get a checkup and see there may be a reason that we can fix that is causing your hair loss. So go to your doctor and have them check and see what your thyroid is like, what your mineral levels are like, and what your inflammation level is like. Those are tricky things. And you could just text me and I could just send you those specific things to ask for. All right?
Okay, Doc. Thank you very much. Will do.
And I want to add, Myra, I had a similar issue, and there's a video on Doc's page. He's showing you how to use the aloe vera, and it's just been consistent. That's what I use on my scalp like almost every day. And I've seen hair growth over time, and also being on the challenge, you've changed
Uh,
your diet, you will
yes,
see changes over time. So just be patient and be consistent, and you'll see results.
sure. No problem. Thank you, dear.
You're welcome. All right, Donna, your hand is up. Go ahead.
Good evening, everybody. Hi, Doctor.
Or go on.
Um, Medea. Um, on the supplement page of week 5, which is this week that we're finishing up today, the insulin reset, it says that if you're diabetic, if you have PCOS or excess weight that you want to lose, you should stick to these supplements. And on the list is probiotic, which my last one will be tomorrow from the month that I have. Should I continue that? I'm definitely going to be continuing the inositol and the would you call that, the chromium? Because those were the two that I
Mhm.
got because I had already have the probiotic and I already have magnesium.
All right, so certainly, I'd say for you specifically who is primarily here, maybe for weight loss, this would be a great course of action to pursue. Continuing with those supplements and your probiotic is going to
Mhm.
be very helpful to achieving your goals. So if you're not struggling with arthritis, you may not want to take, anti-inflammatory week very seriously. You want to definitely be focusing on keeping your insulin down for the next few weeks. So that's
No,
pretty
I
much
have inflammation. Don't worry. I have a lot of that.
Okay. All right. So yeah, so if you have diabetes, if you have PCOS, if you have even pre-diabetes, if you have a lot of weight on, if you have any kind of hormone imbalances, even high cholesterol, um, you want to take getting your insulin down very seriously and want to maintain that over a period of time. And as you see, the diet is going to be more low carb kind of diet. And your supplements are going to be supplements that will actually improve what we call insulin sensitivity to make your body responsive to low and low amounts of insulin. So your body insulin goes down. When insulin goes down, your body stores less fat. Your body has less propensity to grow new cells in terms of cancers. Your body has less propensity to be making these elevated amounts of testosterone that masculinize you. Your body has less propensity to be sending up your cholesterol by keeping insulin down. And it's going to be diet and supplementation. So definitely maintain that to maintain those great results you're getting.
I saw shrimp in the menu. I think that's a typo because yeah, I'm sure that's one of the things that causes inflammation in the body.
You saw that in my recommendation?
Yeah,
Oh, all
look,
right.
it says shrimp. I'm
Okay.
like, I'm not eating no shrimp.
No,
But
no.
also, Doc, I know that you have over 200 Picnic Adapt, but nonetheless, I sent you a message. I think it was Thursday. So when you have time, please listen and confirm, because
It's not
it was
200,
a
it's more like 20,000 still, but all right.
well, me are talking at the chat. Me not talk outside the chat. But yeah, if you can let me know, it's one of them weird reaction that I got, and I just want to confirm if it's linked to the 90-day challenge.
All right, so I'll look into that. All right. So people,
Okay.
please ignore the shrimp that you see may have been included inadvertently. So that we need to be edited out. Not that if you eat shrimp, it's the end of the world, but it's not one of the recommended foods on my list. Not sure how that got in there.
All right. Thank you. So guys, the link is Doc did place the link in the chat. So if you have any specific
Everything I have submitted and used.
Charlotte,
Okay.
Charlotte, you're gonna speak? So if you have any specific questions, we ask that you use that link. It's easier to get to Doc. I know, lots of folks are sending questions, but he'll type the questions and then he'll post it in the chat for easy reference. So just a reminder that it's here now in the chat. If you don't want to ask if you don't want to ask your question here, just feel free to use that. And again, we're encouraging you to use the chat to ask your questions. Now, we have some folks from the 14-day flat belly challenge that's on, and we have not heard from them. So guys, unmute, raise your hand, and ask your questions here so that they can be answered. All right, Charla, are you next? Are you ready to ask your question?
Sorry, I had gone off, I'd gone on mute by accident. Apologies.
Oh, you don't have a question?
No, but since I'm on, I just want to say thank you and doctor for all the support. I had signed up for the 90 days. I tried last week, but a false start, so I'm gonna go again this week with my mom. So if I have any questions though, I'll definitely reach out in the chat. Thank you.
Awesome. And it's great when you have company. Tend to be more
Yes,
supportive than
I
when you.
felt very alone. And I was
Yes.
very busy too, so I couldn't follow up with it. I think it's more successful too if I am able to talk with people in the group chat. So it was a little isolated because I really wasn't ready for it mentally either. So Monday, well today I started, so I'll for the rest of the week, I'll definitely try to stay engaged and feel like I can follow the process along.
Awesome.
Thanks.
All right. Tell Tessa, tell me how you pronounce your name, Tessa or Tisa. Go ahead, you can unmute and ask your question. Your hand is raised.
Oh, can you hear me?
Yes. How do you pronounce
Oh,
your
yeah.
name?
Tisa.
Tisa. Okay, go ahead with your question.
I just wanna first say I've really been doing the challenge for the past 2 weeks. I've lost 11 pounds, which I'm
Awesome.
happy for. Yes, thank you. I noticed that you changed the recipe for the detox. I didn't see it until I made it from the original recipe. So I was just wondering, why did you take the turmeric out?
Yeah, so the turmeric has, um, for some people, I've had the complaint that they would have had constipation. So I temporarily experiment with taking it out. It made a difference for a few people, but not for everybody. So turmeric is definitely a part of the detox. So if you made it with turmeric, then that's awesome. You should be able to have it, and it's perfectly fine. So turmeric is actually in. If it's on out on the one you have, it needs to be edited. So it came out at one point, but I placed it back in again.
Yeah, the new group, the one you posted today in the new group, it said you removed it.
Okay, all right. So I'll edit that out. All right, I edit
Yeah,
that
but
back
I
in.
made mine with it because I suffer from inflammation of the joints, so I like to take the turmeric.
Excellent.
Okay. And what do you prescribe, like how I have that issue? What supplement should I be taking like on a regular basis for that?
For inflammation,
Yes.
all right. So there are a number of things that might be powerful here. So I'd probably try to go from most powerful to least powerful. So the most powerful anti-inflammatory on the planet is definitely black cumin oil or black seed oil. So that's something that you probably should try getting to take in a teaspoon once a day. That's very, very strong. Coming down from black cumin oil, certainly your turmeric mixed with black pepper or cayenne pepper are going to be important because cayenne helps open the pores as black pepper to increase absorption of the curcumin. Certain things like ginger is very strong here too in terms of anti-inflammatory benefits. Your omega-3 is going to feature heavily here too, and so will your vitamin D. Vitamin D is very potent anti-inflammatory. And generally, you want to get any kind of food that is yellow or orange in color. Those foods have powerful anti-inflammatory polyphenols in them. You may even want to think about your green tea. That's another powerful anti-inflammatory too. So you have a number of different things here. In terms of actual pills you can buy, my favorite one is something called Factor 4. Factor 4 is available from our Live Good store. It's available at Stone's Wellness Pharmacy in Old Harbor. It's available on Amazon. I'm going to post the link in the chat in a second for the Live Good store so you can get Factor 4. Factor 4 has in it turmeric and black pepper and some amount of omega-3 and a couple other things in it. Also, there is another supplement that I think it's in the challenge. It's called Cure All. It's made with turmeric and lots of cayenne pepper and a few other herbs. That's from I&I, same company that makes the colon cleanse. So Cure All, another potent anti-inflammatory. So if you're suffering from arthritis, any autoimmune disease, any kind of pain syndromes, including migraine, any kind of skin inflammation like psoriasis or eczema, any kind of lung inflammation or respiratory inflammation like sinusitis or asthma, these are very great supplements to take. But black cumin oil may be, in my mind, the number one on the list that you probably should take.
Okay. All right. Thank you. I'll post the link and then I'll just grab it from there. Thank you.
All right, you're welcome.
Yeah, and Tisa is in our 14-day flat belly challenge. So don't get confused, guys, with wanting to change the supplements that you're already on. Thanks for that question. All right, who's next? 14-day flat belly challenge, folks? Any questions? All right, so we're going to transition to our testimonial section. We want to hear from you regarding weight loss and some of the progress that you've made. Is your skin glowing? Nail growth, hair growth, better gut health, lowered inflammation? We want to hear about it during this segment. And then after that, if there are any specific questions for Doc, we are going to field those questions, and then we're going to let you know about some of the new things that we'll be adding to the challenge. All right, so who wants to go first? I see two of my guy friends who are on. Happy Father's Day. There's Dean and Dwight. You guys want to unmute and let us hear from you? Who's going to go first? Sam, I'm going to call you. Tell us about your good news that you shared with us this week.
Did you just call me?
I did. I called you out. Since no one wants
Oh
to
my God.
tell us about the great things that they're experiencing while on the challenge. So go ahead.
Okay. Good evening, everyone. All right. So I think last week I reported that I lost 12 pounds. And this week I weighed again. I'm trying not to get too obsessed with weighing, but I weighed again and I am almost at 18 pounds lost. My skin is glowing for sure. I feel great. I feel lighter for sure. Um, and I am totally enjoying the meals. I didn't know that I could do like go for so long without eating a lot of meat. Um, I kind of messed up a little last night. I I have a coworker, she's sitting right beside me. She offered me something last night and I gave in to it and but anyway, I am redeeming myself, but I am doing very well. And the weight loss is noticeable. Um, and I'm sleeping fairly okay, fairly okay. And the meditation and all of those things, they're really helping. What else can I talk about? And I am doing the gym. I'm committed. I am going like every opportunity I get, and I'm making it a point of duty to go to the gym. So even if I have a split shift, I try to make the time. And going to the gym is like I have to walk 14 minutes to get to the bus stop. I have a challenge with my feet, but at the same time, I just try to be gentle with myself and just go to the bus stop and I have to walk back. And I'm doing it.
Thank you so much, Sam. Thanks for
Okay.
sharing.
Okay.
Okay, Donna,
You're
is your
welcome.
hand raised?
Yeah, my hand is raised. Sorry. Um, as for me, I'm not looking at the scale because I think it's stuck. It's still showing that my weight loss has been only 8 pounds, but then again, I haven't been fully committed in the sense that I am not doing any exercise. Because at the end of my day, I'm just too tired, like too exhausted. It shouldn't be an excuse, but it is. And I'm determined that I'm gonna have to start, even if it's just the walk, just outside of work, just go for additional walks. But I still have a win because I did a Costco running the other day and I went into Costco and I saw some nice, lovely summer dresses. And I'm like, oh, I could pick 2 of these up for my cruise. And let me tell you, I'm an extra large because I have thicker arms. And then anything that is sleeveless, I would usually go a large, but I went to a medium. So something is working. And I know the last time I did my measurement, I lost 3 inches from my waist. So yeah, that's my win. I just want to share that.
Awesome, awesome. Congratulations. And don't mess it up when you go on the cruise, okay?
Yeah, I'm gonna try.
Just indulge a little, but not too much.
You know what the problem with me is, Sister Wellness? I'm always on a seafood diet. I see
I know.
food and I eat it.
So you'll go and you'll practice the things that you've learned here on the challenge, and we know you'll do well.
I will.
All right, who's next? Thank you. Who's next? You guys are so quiet tonight. All right, so I see some of my steppers from the 14-day flat belly challenge. Let me see who I should call out. Dwayne, Dwight, did you guys disappear? Hopelin, you're also there. Do you want to unmute and tell us about that experience? They are shy tonight, Doc. No one else wants to go. All right. Now, are there any specific questions for the doc? Anything that doesn't pertain to the challenge? Someone just asked about inflammation. Any specific questions? It's your turn to shoot. Go ahead, ask your
I think I
question.
saw I think I saw a question in the chat earlier that I wanted to address. Somebody asked about, can I take turmeric, cayenne, and black pepper together? And the answer is definitely yes. And in fact, there is a formulation in the anti-inflammatory week where I posted the natural painkiller, which includes cayenne, turmeric, black pepper, pineapple, and ginger. And that's a great way to reduce inflammation. So black pepper is not an artificial seasoning, guys. It's actually natural, and it actually boosts the absorption of many foods and nutrients. And turmeric is one of those foods that is gonna pass out of your body in significant amounts without the presence of black pepper. Black pepper contains piperine, which is going to increase the absorption of curcumin from turmeric by over 200%. I've heard quotations of up to 2000%. I don't know how reliable those numbers are, but significant increase in absorption of turmeric has been observed when you combine it with black pepper. And so if you want to get the benefit of certain foods, black pepper is a great addition to your meals. I saw a question also, Paula, quickly about somebody taking a probiotic. They mentioned that they were taking a particular one, the Pen and Bifido Boost. I didn't get a chance to look up that one, but there are some rules regarding taking probiotics. One, you have to take the right dose, and the right dose of a probiotic depends on your age and why you're using it. So for kids, specifically 2 to 10 billion seems to be a good dose of particular probiotic. But for adults, we want it to get above 50 billion and more to really have an impact because you're dealing with a microbiome in your gut that's in the trillions. You have trillions of bacteria. So if you're taking anything less than, a certain number, you're having minimal to no impact on the overall number of good bacteria in your gut. So you want to take a strong enough dose to be able to impact your gut bacteria specifically. And so we also recommend that you choose one which has multiple strains. So on the back you'll see the different names for the bacteria. You may not be able to pronounce these. You may not know all of them. There are some ones to look out for: lactobacilli and the bifidobacteria. These are two great probiotic strains that are going to have a lot of impact on your body. right? There are a couple of other strains, but not to confuse you, but when you're choosing one, choose one that has 10 strains or more, including lactobacilli and bifidobacteria strains. You also want to get something that, if possible, says guaranteed. Guaranteed means that between the factory producing the probiotic and you receiving it is going to be some period of time. And the longer that period of time, the less bacteria will be alive in that supplement. Now, there are some supplements that guarantee that however amount is produced in the factory, that's the amount you're going to guarantee to get in your mouth once you take it before the expiration date. And there's one brand that has that written on it, and that's the doctor formulated brand, or the Garden of Life brand. So that's a brand that's guaranteed. Other brands might not have it, but they have a significant amount still preserved. And one of those brands is going to definitely be the Live Good brand and the Dr. Burgess brand. So those are great brands to buy. So they're multi-strain. They have over 50 billion, and they preserve the antibiotic component for a long time. So those are some ground rules to use when you're purchasing probiotics. Probiotics are found in foods. So the good bacteria are found in fermented foods like yogurt, kimchi, sauerkraut, miso, natto, tempeh, kefir, pickles. All of these are great fermented foods that you can have to boost your gut bacterial count and to make sure that you have good healthy gut. And you have something called prebiotics, and these are the fiber that the bacteria feed on. These are found in your fruits and your vegetables and your seeds. You want to have a copious amount of these in your diet to feed the bacteria that you do have and lead them in a particular direction. One last thing, taking in lots of sugar is going to feed bad bacteria like your Clostridium species, and you're going to feed fungi like your Candida, and you don't want to be feeding these. So if you're going to promote good healthy bacteria in your gut and you're taking probiotics, you want to definitely avoid sugar. All right, are there any other questions?
I don't see any here. But doc, someone reached out today regarding a recipe for salad dressing that doesn't have oil or lemon juice. And so I'll be working on a recipe that I will be posting soon. So if you have any specific questions based on your gut health, or foods that you have a low tolerance to, and you just want some type of modification, you can ask those questions as well. You could put it here in the Zoom chat or put it in the WhatsApp group so that I'm aware of it and I could get you some recipes.
Yeah, so yeah, you could do that, but I'll also say though that oil is a component in many salad dressings for a very good reason. Vegetables tend to have high amounts of vitamin K and vitamin E. And those vitamins, and vitamin A too, and those vitamins are fat-soluble vitamins. So having some carrots by itself with beta carotene, aka vitamin A, which is a fat-soluble vitamin, having carrot juice by itself is not gonna be very helpful to you because you're drinking the carrot juice in a water-based formulation, and it requires fat to carry it from your gut into your bloodstream. And that fat will come from your food. So having carrot juice with a meal maybe is a better way to consume carrot juice, or having carrot or vegetables with a salad dressing with oil, whether it be olive oil or coconut oil or whatever oil you prefer, is a great way to get the fat-soluble vitamins out of vegetables into your body. Just as we mentioned, black pepper goes with curcumin or turmeric, so oil goes with vegetables. So having a vegetable salad that's raw with no fish or chicken and no salad dressing without any grease on it, you're not gonna get a lot of the vitamins out of it. Yes, you'll get the fiber. Yes, you'll get some of the, the water-soluble vitamins like vitamin C. Yes, you'll get, some of the, the flavonoids, but you're not gonna get a lot of the vitamins because many of them are fat-soluble and need fat for absorption. So just bear that in mind when you're making the dressings. If you want to get the most out of it, include some oil, if you can.
Thanks for that clarification, Doc. All right. Are there any more testimonials or questions?
All right, so if there aren't any more testimonials, sister, we're gonna get into now some
Sorry,
specifics.
Doc, I
Karen,
had my hand up.
Go ahead, Karen.
Yes, sorry. So I hope that Nadine will be able to make maybe our next meeting so she can give the testimony more thoroughly. But I linked up with her in the week, Nadine Bennett, and she says that she will have to ask our doctor to possibly to take her off the insulin because her sugar levels are so low. Now she's actually having bad reaction to taking insulin. And she has been on that for maybe over 20 years. So I hope that she'll be able to make the next meeting to be able to give that that testimony. But I was excited with her.
Hey, Karen, thank you so much for sharing. So we are expecting to hear these kinds of testimonials more and more. I did promise that persons will be coming off their sugar medication, having done the challenge and done, especially this week, insulin reset. It's my firm belief that these diseases that we call lifestyle diseases like diabetes and hypertension and high cholesterol and obesity are caused by what we eat and what we drink. Sometimes we have been misinformed, and once we correct that and begin to treat your body with the kind of foods and nutrients that your body need to take care of itself, your need for medication become less and less. So yes, we're expecting persons to come off insulin and come off blood pressure medication and off cholesterol pills. And as I said at the start, I want it to be done in conjunction with your specific doctor. So, get your diet and your weight and your sugar down so the doctor has no choice but to say, no, this is no longer good for you. If the doctor say, go back and eat some bread, of course, you need to change your doctor. I'm joking, but you get the point. The point is that you're gonna feel better and do better if you just stick to the basic things recommended. Some persons may find these kind of results are more dramatic and faster. Some person may have to be persistent over a longer period of time to get them. But if you are willing to be patient, you will get the same result that Karen's friend is getting.
Doc, you're muted.
Yeah, I think he's speaking to someone. All right. Any more questions? So when Doc comes back, he's going to introduce the new things that are coming up. Are there any more questions? Does anyone want to unmute and ask their question, or would you like to type your question in the chat?
All right, let's get into it in the interest of time. So they may come hold up their hands later on, no problem. All right, guys. So for those who are in the 90-day body reset, we're starting a new week tomorrow. The challenge starts on a Monday. So persons are transitioning into week 2, week 3, week 4, week 5, and in fact week 6 tomorrow. And so we want to speak to those persons and say, be careful to read the document carefully so you know what's coming up ahead. You should have gotten a chance to read the document already and been preparing your supplements. Now, because of the multiplicity of problems that we're seeing, what we're seeing, persons, when you get to the point in the challenge where you see a week that's specifically targeted at your problem, you're gonna maintain those supplements and diet plan for the next few weeks. So for example, persons last week, some persons did the insulin reset, and those persons are gonna continue on that same diet and those supplements for the next few weeks. They may want to add some anti-inflammatory supplements if they have inflammation problems, but they're going to maintain. If you have, for example, menopause issues, when you get to the hormone reset week, you're going to maintain those supplements for the rest of the challenge. If you have gut issues like IBS and IBD and acid reflux and peptic ulcer disease and gas and bloating and those kind of issues, indigestion, then you're going to maintain the gut reset week supplements and diet for the rest of the challenge when you get there. All right. But if you have multiple problems, you may have to take multiple supplements. I don't want anybody taking 10 supplements at once. So I've tried as much as possible to have similar supplements going throughout that are relevant to different areas. So you'll find that magnesium, for example, and vitamin D are going to be consistent throughout most of the weeks because they benefit you in so many ways. And you can continue to take those right throughout. So we are still making changes to the document. So for week 1, we're going to make a few changes again, which we've made already. So if you did week 1 already, no worry. You did it. You did great. But we are learning from your questions, from your queries, and we are making improvements as we go on. And for the person on the 14th day, we are starting today a new challenge for them. And those persons are now specifically being focused on losing weight and belly fat. They're benefiting otherwise, but they are really focused on losing weight and belly fat. And your documentation have been provided, your videos have been provided. And I'm gonna be 2-on-2 with you because I'm starting my detox again, and I'm gonna be doing everything that you guys are doing to make sure that I am keeping abreast with maintaining my health. We are gonna be introducing some new things that are gonna make the challenge richer for everybody. So we're gonna have a weekly set of activities that you're gonna be encouraged to participate in. So the document would have been shared in the different groups. So as of tomorrow, well, I'll be flying tomorrow morning back to Jamaica, so I probably won't get to do this part. But Mondays from now on are going to be movement Mondays, where I'm going to open the Zoom and we're going to have a 5:30 to 6 a.m. exercise class. Now, our resident fitness trainer might be at the gym at that time and might not be able to lead out. So most times I will lead out in that class. So persons who are in the different challenges could actually join on Zoom and we could do a workout session together where we chat and have fun. Tuesdays are designated now Tasty Tuesdays, where we are gonna make a no guilt treat. So it could be something as lovely as a chia pudding, something as nice as a raw cheesecake, some kind of dessert. So we're gonna make a treat or buy a treat or share a location where you got a treat, because I found some locations in Kingston, for example, that has some really nice vegan treats that are not sweet but are really tasty. So on Tuesday, we're gonna treat our taste buds right. We're gonna do something outside of the ordinary that is gonna really taste good, but is consistent with what we're doing in the challenge. Wednesday is our Wellness Wednesdays. So we're gonna focus on your mental health. So we're gonna have a group session where we focus on your mental health, and this may take the form of just group chat and group therapy on Zoom. It may take the form of having a specialist facilitate a group discussion and do a presentation to help us with our different stress management techniques, with our depression or anxiety, or husband or kids or job. So you're going to be able to interact and ask questions and share. Now, this is very important. I found the importance of this many years ago when I studied a guy called Dean Ornish. Dean Ornish is a cardiothoracic surgeon and researcher from the US who developed a program to reverse heart disease, and he tested it in a double-blind placebo-controlled trial and found that after a year, all his clients had significant reversal of their heart disease, and those who did not do the program either stayed the same or got worse. Now, the 4 components of what he did was to change your diet, have them exercise, have them do meditation, and they met once a week to actually discuss their issues among themselves in groups based on where they lived. This program is now fully funded and paid for by Medicare and Medicaid in the US. And so if you would be noticing or paying attention, I've included all 4 components of Dean's program in the different challenges, right? This is definitely a part of the challenge because this is not just my own simple ideas. These are research proven techniques to reverse heart disease, reverse cancer, reverse arthritis. So this has been well established. So if you have an interest, you could just go on YouTube and type up Dean Ornish, ORNISH. He's written a couple of great books. One is Reversing Heart Disease, and one is Undo It. And these are great reads for anybody who is serious about getting their health back on track. And so the Wellness Wednesdays, while we recognize persons are suffering and having challenges with, just coping with stress, we believe that this is going to be part of helping you to heal from your physical illnesses. Anyway, Thursday is gonna be designated, and Thursday is eluding me. So someone else can remind what is Thursday again? This
Thankful
is
Thursdays.
Thankful Thursdays. Yes, we're gonna try to encourage persons to be grateful. So the whole virtue of gratefulness is gonna be front and center here. And gratitude is a very profound virtue to really develop. It's very hard to be depressed when you're grateful. It's a simple act of finding even one thing per day to be thankful for. It reminds you how blessed you are, and you tend to focus less on your problems and more on, what you do have. So many people go through life sad because of something bad that happened to them, and they ignore that they have a child, a husband, a wife, a house. There are so many things people to be happy about. There are so many things to celebrate every day. So we're going to put this in the challenge. We want you to celebrate something every day. Thankful Thursdays. You're going to be thankful for what you do have, and you're going to be either doing it journaling, you're going to report in the group, you're going to, talk to yourself, whatever. We'll show you different ways how you can do it to make sure that you are, benefiting from, and just gratitude. And many successful people in different spheres of life will tell you that, they started to have less stress and started to climb when they became grateful and not being so pessimistic. It is a remedy for pessimism. Fridays, of course, is going to be fun Fridays. So on Fridays, we're going to have various fun activities that our admin group team and you individually are going to plan and execute. So for example, if 3 of you are in Fort Lauderdale, I want you to find each other. So we're going to probably do a little, we're going to need to do a little poll to see who is in what area. So you can say, oh, you live down, you live in Mobile too. We're going to link up and go to, that smoothie bar, and we're going to take a picture of both of us having our smoothies in the group, and we're going to just take a walk and chat and meet each other. So we want Friday to be a day when you have fun. If it's not some with the group, then with your family or with your friends, and post it and show off. So make fun a part of your life. Make recreation be a habit knit part of your life that you're gonna, just practice week in, week out. Guys, these are things that make life happy. These are things that make life beautiful when you can take time out to spend time with people you like, doing things you like. So David Hermosi defined happiness as doing things you like with people you like. And I really have no difficulty agreeing with him 100%. And so it is your responsibility to make your life happy, not your wife, not your husband, not your partner them, not God. It's your responsibility to make your life happy. It's not nobody's responsibility. So don't say, well, you don't make me happy. No, no, no. You need to make yourself happy. And then you can radiate that happiness to other people around you. And of course, Saturday is I think it's Soulful Saturdays.
Soulful.
Yes.
Yes, so Soulful Saturdays really is it's kind of a it's influenced of course by me being Adventist, so I specifically would have deliberately put that there. So I must confess that why is my computer not responding to me? Hold on guys, I'm just trying to bring something up here which is really giving me some problems here. So Soulful Saturdays is gonna have us focus on some activities that are gonna make
Thank you, Doc. Let me check the chat if there are any questions. I don't understand. This is Keisha. Gratitude. Oh, okay. I guess based on what you were saying, equals vitamin G. All right. So we're going to wrap up. Any additional questions? That's it. No questions, no comments, no concerns. You can unmute and state that now. If not, we are going to bring this meeting to an end.
Well, thank you for your time. Thank you for your time. Happy Father's Day, Doc and Paula, and everybody. Have a great week. Thank you for your support and your encouragement. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. How about team Latoya, Sandrine? Any closing thoughts? Anything you want to add? No? All right.
No, nothing to add.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you, everyone. And someone needs to get in touch with you, Sandrine. Did you get that person's information?
That was Maria, but I didn't get the number.
Okay.
Nothing from me, Paula.
Okay. All right. Thank you, guys. Good night. And we'll see you in the chat.
Good night.
Good night.
Bye.
Okay, Doc, you can go ahead and end the meeting.
That's you're muted.
That's clear on the
All right, so I'm just getting some water, guys, so we can jump back on there. Here. Water done here, no? Really? That's it? All right. So specifically, guys, the 90-day body reset is a little more engaging. 90-day body reset takes place over 90 days, and that one is targeted at persons who have chronic illnesses. So if you have diabetes, hypertension, high cholesterol, hormone imbalance, specifically PCOS, do you have a lot of weight to lose? Do you have arthritis, any autoimmune disease like rheumatoid arthritis, lupus? Do you have things like multiple sclerosis, psoriasis? Those are the patients we are going to be treating in a 90-day body reset. We started a month ago and we're a month in, and persons are joining every single week, and the results have been amazing. Persons are already coming off insulin on the 90-day body reset. Persons have lost 15, 20 pounds after the first month. Persons are realizing that blood pressure medication are no longer necessary. Persons' joints are improving. So, we go through a series of weekly changes in our meal plan, on our detox options. So we do a colon cleanse, and we do a liver cleanse, a kidney flush, we do a blood cleanse, and we do insulin reset, and we do anti-inflammatory, we do gut health reset. We go through a series of things that are aimed specifically at improving every single aspect of your health. So you basically end up at the end of 90 days with a completely new body, literally, because it would have given your body so much nutrients, taking out so much toxins, and literally rebuild all your organs. So you're gonna do better, you're gonna feel better, and you're gonna look better on your blood results, and look better on the scale, look better in your clothes. So if you want to join our 90-day body reset, for which many people have joined already, over 200 are in it, you can WhatsApp the number 876-583-5632 and say, Doc, I want to join the 90-day body reset. And we get you started. The cost to join is 99 USD. What do you get for your money? Well, you get a complete 90-day diet plan, day by day diet plan. You get customized detox recipes. You get supplement recommendations. We have exercise that we actually have made specifically for this challenge. We have a fitness trainer who is in our challenge. We have coaching, cooking coaching. We have a nutritionist in the group that actually coaches cooking and teaches you how to prepare your meals. You have me, which answer all your medical questions and give you medical advice. We have a psychologist coming on board to help with mental wellness. We have different features every single day. We have group meditations that we help persons to cope with stress and to manage their, mental health issues. It's a rich program that if you even do 30% of what's required, you'll see amazing results in 1 month, 2 months, 3 months. So the number again, 876-583-5632. So we are doing a series of challenges, guys. 14-day flat belly challenge and 90-day body reset to help persons who are sick and want to be healthier, you're overweight, to actually get back to health. So I personally will be coaching you in a group setting to get back to health. I've done this over the last year and a half. Online here, we've done over 8,000 clients so far. So this is a well set of programs. I've been doing this for 20 years, one-on-one, but I've decided that what I do is so impactful that I have to take it out of the office where we have one-on-one and take it into a bigger sphere where I can have interaction with 100, 200 learn from their interactions, from their suggestions, from their experiences, and you have a great result. Detox, the ingredients doesn't work for me. So for the 90-day challenge, the detox is different for each week. So colon and liver and kidney and blood are different detoxes. So I'm not sure what detox you use. For the colon cleanse, we have 5 options of detoxes, 4 of which you can actually make at home. This person says, I have cervical spondylosis, which causes a lot of pain. Yes, that causes a lot of neck pain and cramp and numbness into your arms because you have pinched nerve. So the 90-day body reset is not going to help you there. You need to get chiropractic adjustment or physiotherapy, or maybe even surgery in severe cases. Having arthritis in both my knees. So you want to generally think about what's causing it. Is it that you have weight on? Is it your work or activity you did when you were younger? At this stage, you can nourish your joints to begin the process of healing. You can reduce the inflammation by using the natural painkiller. Dr. T's natural painkiller. I have a video on here. I think that video has about 10.4 million views on TikTok. And that video can show you how to make your homemade anti-inflammatory, no cost to us, no cost to you. You just basically get the ingredients and make it with turmeric and ginger and cayenne and black pepper and pineapple. And you have inflammation being reduced. You may want to get some supplements like omega-3 and vitamin D if you're deficient, to boost your ability to heal from your arthritis. Sometimes arthritis is so bad that you will not be able to get rid of it. You may have just reduced the pain. Doc, pin the number, please. No, I cannot pin the number here. It's not allowed by TikTok. So I can tell the number. The number is 876-583-5632. So you can send a WhatsApp to that number and we'll be able to get you started on one of our challenges. So it's 14-day flat belly challenge for $14.99 to get your tummy down, flat tummy, yeah, that's it, right down. Or you can join our 90-day body reset to get your entire body totally rid of most chronic illnesses. And that's for $19.99 USD or 15,000 Jamaican dollars for coaching over 3 months. Breast cancer to the bone. So you would be specifically targeted directed to join our 90-day body reset to help to cope better with your cancer care, to be able to tolerate whatever treatment you're getting, to improve your weight, to improve your health, to improve your chances of survival. But breast cancer to the bone at stage 4 is going to be a big challenge for you. That's going to be something that we are going to have to hold hands together and try to lead you to better and better health as time passes. How do I get my husband to stop smoking by detox? I'm sorry, we don't have a detox that works for cessation of smoking. He has to want to stop, and maybe it takes a health catastrophe. I've had patients, I told them, listen, the smoking is damaging your lungs. Here's the evidence. You have to stop. And they say, all right, doc, and they stop. Cold turkey, they'll stop. So sometimes hearing it from an authority figure, from somebody you respect, sometimes seeing evidence of damage may help. Sometimes losing a friend to smoking may help, unfortunately. Sometimes hearing that you have lung cancer, that sometimes is a prompt. Hopefully for your husband, he doesn't have to get a catastrophic news to stop. But, if he'll agree, maybe take him to the doctor who checks him and then do x-rays and so on in him, and maybe they find something that's early. And that may be, a great motivation for him. So I found that to be very, very helpful. The number again, 876-583-5632. Gallstone problems, it depends on the gallstone. If they're large gallstones and they're bothering you, multiple episodes of vomiting and belly pain and fever, we call it acute cholecystitis, then you need to be planning for surgery. If it's smaller stones, yeah, there is a gallstone flush that includes Epsom salt and lemon juice and olive oil that's used over a 2-day period. So if you want that formula, please join the 90-day body reset and we'll teach you how to do that gallstone flush. All right. Got any things for the bladder? I suspect that you're referring to the bladder, BLADDER, which is where you host where all your urine is stored, and your urine, the bladder may get infected. Recurrent infection in the bladder is a very common issue in men and women, most women. So I'd suggest that you take a lot of cranberry juice. What is good for calcium tendonitis? It's called calcific tendonitis, where calcium deposits into your tendons, make them very tough and hard, and it is very painful to move, especially your Achilles tendon or any other tendon. Usually triggered by some injury. You definitely don't want to be taking calcium. That would make it worse. I tend to do a lot of physiotherapy, and I do shockwave therapy for this problem. So if you're in Jamaica and you want treatment for your calcific tendonitis, for your erectile dysfunction, for your rotator cuff injuries, for your tendonitis in your elbow or carpal tunnel syndrome, at Thomas Medical Center, we do shockwave therapy that can treat all those same things without any side effects and get rid of them. Location 5 South Street, Old Harbor, St. Catherine. Number is 876-583-5632. Call or WhatsApp rather to get your entry into the 90-day body reset and the 14-day flat belly challenge. I have a pinch nerve in my neck and menopause. Okay. Pinch nerve in your neck, physiotherapy, chiropractic adjustment, menopause. We can help you with that 90-day body reset. Join our program and we will help you to balance your hormones, get your estrogen and progesterone up, and so you can begin to feel normal again. Remember, menopause isn't a disease, it's just a normal part of getting older. So it's not something that you try to get rid of, it's something that you try to navigate through. And there are some benefits of menopause that you might want to consider, lest you think that it's all doom and gloom. You don't get pregnant anymore, you don't need to take contraceptives anymore, you have no period anymore. Some person's brain actually come alive and they, take on bigger and bigger roles in leadership and in their companies. Will the challenge help kidney disease? Kidney disease is a very generic term. You need to be more specific. There are a lot of things that could be wrong with your kidney. I don't know what you're referring to. Maybe I would suspect that you're referring to end-stage renal disease or chronic kidney disease. And you may have stage 3, 4, or 5 chronic kidney disease as a result of hypertension and diabetes? Well, if you're not at end-stage renal disease, certainly changing your diet and following the 90-day challenge will help to preserve your kidney function, will help to prevent or slow that slide towards end-stage renal disease, will help to control your blood pressure and blood sugar, which may be the cause of your kidney problem, but I'm not sure. You haven't given that information. I'm just speculating here. But if anybody is on here who has hypertension and diabetes and you're been told by the doctor that your urine has protein and your GFR is going down and your bun and creatinine are going up and you are beginning to see signs of chronic kidney disease, joining the challenge is absolutely going to be helpful for you. We have a whole kidney flush week. We have diet and supplements that will help to reduce the burden on your kidneys and help your kidneys to heal. We won't promise to reverse your kidney disease. It's very difficult, if not impossible, based on our understanding of how the kidney works and how it's made. But certainly we can preserve kidney function much longer so you do not end up on dialysis, or you end up on dialysis 10 years later than you're supposed to end up on it. All right. So that's what we can actually do in the challenge. Multiple small stones, yes, we probably can try to flush those out with our gallbladder flush. Good night, doc. I'm suffering from heel spur and burning sensation in the foot bottom. Well, it's kind of same thing. Burning foot bottom, especially when you come off your bed in the morning, is a symptom of plantar fasciitis. So people call that heel spur, but heel spur may accompany the development of plantar fasciitis, which is an inflammation in the sole of your foot. It's a very painful condition. I had my brush with it earlier last year, and I was able to cure mine using shock wave therapy, which we offer at Thomas Medical Center. Most of my patients opt for a one-time treatment with a injection into the sole. It's usually a steroid injection. But before you get to all of that, you may want to try a simple home remedy, which is get a bottle, a regular drinking bottle of water, and you fill it up and you freeze that water and you put that bottle of water on the floor like this, and you put your foot on it and you roll your foot on that bottle of ice water 15 minutes on the floor back and forth. And you do that once a day for a couple of weeks. And for most persons from day one, they begin to get relief from their plantar fasciitis. What's good for sciatic pain? You need to get rid of the pressure on the nerve. So sciatic pain is caused by pressure being applied to the sciatic nerve. That's a main nerve that runs from your back down the back of your thigh into your legs, and you may get pain and shock like sensation, cramp, and numbness in the area of the sciatic nerve. And you want to figure out exactly what's pressuring the sciatic nerve and relieve that. It could be a number of things that you may have to do: physiotherapy or chiropractic adjustment, or even surgery in some instances. To relieve the pain, you want to go to my channel, follow the page now, guys. If you're on here watching, please follow the page. And you want to definitely be getting for your sciatic nerve pain, my natural painkiller that's made with turmeric, cayenne, ginger, pineapple, and black pepper. That's awesome for all types of pain, including sciatic pain. But in some instances, you may have to get stronger medication, which have lots of side effects anyway. So try natural stuff and figure out what's causing your sciatic pain. Okay, that my joint will join. So join the 90-day body reset by texting me. The number to text me at is 876-583-5632. Hello, doctor. I have a son that drinks alcohol. Please, I need some help. How we can help him stop? Well, there are gonna be rehab programs for persons who are alcoholic. Alcoholic Anonymous is just one of many. Go to a psychiatrist and help them to get them to refer him to a rehab center. Alcoholic addiction, smoking addiction, vaping addiction, addiction to social media, addiction to porn, tend to also be helped by making persons feel more connected into a close-knit community. Addiction is less likely in that setting. So if he is isolated and ostracized and cast aside, then he's more likely to perpetuate the addiction cycle. but bringing him into a circle and show him love and acceptance, not judgment, that helps a lot to give him the kind of encouragement and motivation he needs to leave that behind. So that's my suggestion while you get him help, but our program is not designed for that. What's good for acid reflux? One word, aloe vera. Two word, slippery elm. Three word, stop eat too much. Afford that. All right. Pinch nerve in the spine, what can I do? Well, physiotherapy, chiropractic adjustment, back injection, exercise, like swimming. Yep. And hanging. 90-day challenge costs 99 USD or 15,000 Jamaican dollars. And this is for 3 months of coaching and diet plans and detox and seminars and podcasts. All right. All right, guys. So I'm just looking at the questions. I have H. pylori or bad acid reflux. Okay, so H. pylori is an infection that affects the stomach lining and it helps to weaken the protective mucus layer of the stomach. So the acid now becomes in direct contact with your stomach lining, inducing ulcers in your stomach and chronic gastritis. So the H. pylori is not what damages the stomach lining. It basically gets rid of the protective layer. This is very common actually. Most persons that have H. pylori do not have a problem, but some persons who do have a problem have H. pylori. And certainly you want to rid yourself of that, and you might want to use what we call a triple therapy. There are natural protocols for H. pylori, but as opposed to a 2-week program with antibiotics, you may have to take these things for 2 to 3 months. So I find that to be impractical for most persons to do a 2 to 3 month natural protocol for H. pylori. 1 week of H. pylori treatment with natural protocols or 2 weeks simply does not work. What is good for pain? Really? I find that to be a very vague question. Please be more specific and get back to me. And of course, my top gifter is on the line. Chelsea is here. Chelsea is sending rose after rose after rose. Chelsea, I love you too. Thank you so much for your 30, 40, 50 roses so far. So everybody, guys, this is one of my biggest supporters, Chelsea Rowe. I'm boss of the community, try to compete with her. All right, so Chelsea Lowe, still waiting for that long-awaited day to come when we will stand before each other and see each other face to face and be able to say hello for the first time. So met Chelsea online. She still remains an online friend. So hopefully that day will come soon. When one of my biggest supporters here will be standing in the front of the camera with me and you guys. All right, good night, Doc. I'm getting a number of phone calls, guys. Good night, Doc. What causes burning legs under the skin, especially the back of the leg? We mentioned it already. Or maybe sciatica or some kind of pinched nerve in your back. So getting your back checked, X-ray, MRI scan, and maybe physiotherapy would help with that. So the painkiller is, you gotta watch the video though. So you can't just go get these ingredients and put them together. So it's pineapple, cayenne, black pepper, turmeric, and ginger, right? And black pepper too. All right, Lori, black pepper and a couple other things. All right, so somebody here is trying to compete with Chelsea. So the Lords, I'm not seeing the full name. Thank you for the roses. Let me see. Doc, can I have a contact, please? So the contact number to join my challenge. So this contact number is to join my 90-day challenge or my 14-day body challenge, my 14-day flat belly challenge. The 90-day body reset is the 876-583-5632. You can use those numbers to WhatsApp us and we'll get you added. All the instructions to join, all right? What's good to help stomach? Lots of gas. Well, gas and bloating is going to be one of the things that we target in our 14-day flat belly challenge because many persons have a big tummy because they have lots of gas and bloating. So we're going to give you lots of teas and ginger and the kind of foods that will reduce gas and detox to flush out the gas out your stomach. So join our 14-day flat belly challenge. The number again is 876-583-5632. CeeLo, thank you so much for your happy Father's Day wishes. And to all the fathers who are online here now, happy Father's Day. I hope you had a wonderful day. I know some great fathers in my life. And I want to today just say a shout out to all of the good daddy them who are doing their part, who are holding up the family and supporting the kids, not just monetarily, because being a father is more than just about providing money. You need to set a good example. You need to give good advice. You need to treat mommy right. Those are great things that dads do that nobody else can do, you know? All right. All right, guys. So listen now, it's approaching 8:37, going up it's my bedtime, you know, because I got to get back to Jamaica in the morning. So gotta jump on a plane early. So I gotta get to bed early. So I want to say good night. And see you soon. Take care. Bye here on Zoom and on Facebook. Good night.